Tēnā tātou e te whare. Te Pāti Māori rises in staunch opposition to the so-called Equal Pay Amendment Bill, an amendment that tramples on the very name of the bill. In fact, it should be called the Unequal Pay That Discriminates Against Women Amendment Bill, because that's exactly what it is. This is nothing but a disgusting attack on equal pay that will only discriminate against women and Māori workers who are taken advantage of. Let me talk to our whānau at home and say this is what this government thinks about women. We get notice an hour before the bill is being dropped, and this government used urgency to push this bill through a process that misses out on the voices of our communities, the voices of our whānau, and there's no chance for them to actually have their say. I remember on Tuesday when we were in a meeting, and outside the window we could hear the voices of those women chanting, "Stand up, fight back." I remember on May the 4th when I attended the union demonstration in Manukau, where the same groups of whānau were chanting, "Stand up, fight back." Why? Because they're all fighting for the rights for equal pay, fair pay. No select committee, no public submissions, no hearings from the very women that this bill will harm. No scrutiny from Māori, unions, lawyers, human rights experts, or the Human Rights Commission. And what else is missing? A regulatory impact statement. Nothing to show us what this bill will cost. No transparency about the risks or benefits. No modelling and no justification. And perhaps most disturbing of all, there's been no analysis of the bill's impact on the Bill of Rights. No assessment of whether it violates freedom from discrimination, the right to justice, or the right to equality before the law. When a bill has such sweeping consequences for the rights of women, especially Indigenous women, that oversight is not just negligence, it is dangerous. Let us be absolutely clear, this is not equal pay legislation. This is pay oppression in disguise. And the government has told minorities and women once again to go and stick it, that we are not worthy of due process, that all we deserve is an hour, that all we deserve is actually nothing. All we deserve is that they're going to push us backwards on all the work that has been done over the many, many years by the women that have stood to stand to fight back. So let us ask why all of a sudden, on the 6th day of May 2025, this government thinks that it's acceptable to use its power and oppress to remove pay equity for women. In 16 days, this government will announce their budget. It is clear they fudged the numbers. That's right. And they're coming up short. They've given $3 billion to tax landlords. They've cut the jobs of nearly 20,000 public servants. And then we hear the Prime Minister say that this bill will save billions. Well, now we know where the billions are coming from the pockets of those that work hard on the back that service this country. Madam Speaker, this bill is brutal assault on the rights of working women. It tears down the legal pathways that wahine Māori, Pacific women and low-paid workers have used to fight for justice. It guts the definition of women's work, wipes out every active claim and gives bosses unchecked power to shut them down with no reason needed. It bans back pay, delays fair pay for years and locks women out from raising a claim against again for decades. Unfair, unjust. Te Pāti Māori will not stand by this government to see this happen.
Expired.
Kia ora tātou.
Okay, first things first, nice hat, nice suit, much riz. I mean, that is a banger suit that she's wearing. But,
I know.
That's fabulous, man. Chef's kiss. Okay, but yeah, here's a fun little fact, and it's not very fun. Māori, Pacific women, and alongside with disabled people suffer the most from pay inequity. Within ethnic groups, the gender average pay gap is high for European Pākehā women at 11.9%, but it's also substantial for Wahine women, which is at 7.5%, Pacific women at 1.3%, and Asian women at 7.4%. So, yeah, those are some big numbers. And I think someone else brought up before that disabled people can get as little as $2 per hour, which is
there was, and the thing is, Labour Labour did a thing was, we'll get rid of the exemption, but we'll top up the wages. And then National came and go, we can't afford that. So they literally took away so they put the exemption back in and took away the funding to get rid of this exemption.
Yeah, it's just it's just I'm just at a loss for words how bad this all is. I really am. Like, you think that they'll do the bare minimum and produce a regulatory impact statement, but they're just too lazy to even do that.
This is the thing there. Like, they, ACT and National criticised Labor for not necessarily following a regulatory impact statement and saying that, they were wrong to not do that. And then National and ACT and New Zealand First are literally not doing regulatory impact statements as a normal way of fundamental part of the government.
So, you didn't do it, so we're going to do it, but even worse, because we're not even going to have a select committee process.
Yeah, it's like, put it this way. If this bill was a publicly listed company on the NZXS 50, insider trading charges could be getting laid against them. It's like, you would not be able to do this in a publicly listed company.
For people that are probably going to come out and go, whataboutism, okay? I would not tolerate this type of a bill. I mean, full stop. I'm not tolerating this bill at all. But even anything that's comparable, right? I wouldn't tolerate that if it was produced by the Green Party or anything like that, if it didn't come with a regulatory impact statement. So it's not me playing double standards here. It's me saying this should be the fucking standard because we are taxpayers and we expect to have evidence with these types of bills.
Exactly. And I mean, that's the thing, you get people who, they go, but you never sat there and said this and this. So I go, really? I said the same shit then as I'm saying now. You just haven't seen it yet.
Brooke Van Velden gets paid more than a teacher.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was to compare the average salary of someone who teaches at a university to her wages, right? I can do that now. What is the average salary of a...
I don't know, but we can probably get 2 searches for a salary of Brooke Van Velden, possibly 3 once you put the add-ons on, because I think she's on a similar wicket to Simeon Brown.
Let me just have a quick check.
She's the equivalent of Simeon Brown, if you look at it from, for her cabinet, she's a minister in cabinet, her portfolios, that sort of thing. So, I mean, she's on at least $300,000 a year.
Right, so if we can compare that to the average salary of a university professor. What do we got here? Well, it's less than 300 grand. It's between 145 to 213.
I mean, put it to a school principal.
Tertiary lecturers earn about...
Secondary school, not primary. Because secondary get paid more.
I was looking at... hold on. Here we go. Here's some more accurate data. University lecturers, here we go, earn about $74,000 to $108,000 per year. Professors can earn up to $213,000 per year, $13,000 per year. How much is Brooke Van Velden getting? Probably about 300 grand a year. If I was just to, and she's not bringing evidence or anything like that to the table.
Yeah, exactly. And if she sat there and did what she did on a benefit, she would get sanctioned for it. So you didn't provide enough evidence of your job search. No, sorry, trust me, I'll do it. Is it not good enough? Sanctioned.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't she one who wants to actually encourage more sanctions?
Oh, I thought that was Louise Upston, but yeah, probably. I don't know.
Well, I mean, she's part of the group who sat there and she was she didn't want to give a minimum wage increase. She kind of was forced to because the law said she had to.
Yeah.
And she chose the last option possible. Yeah. We're going to skip Kahurain Carter. Let's go to Cal Bates. Let's see what he's got to say.
Enough has been said in this debate during the course of today. I stand here with National's proud record since 1972 through to 2017. And in the words of our female leadership, Madam Speaker, all we're doing is correcting what the last government rushed through under urgency without select committee process, as much has been spoken about in this House today. We're fixing that to ensure a robust, a sustainable and a practical system is in place. Madam Speaker, on that basis, I commend this bill to the House.
Well, that's a great sequel speech, Cal, but just to let you know, it went through to select committee. The SOP paper that you talked about in previous speeches is done at committee of the House, which is between second reading and third reading. You know,
I'm
I've
pretty
already
sure
said this about it once today.
I'm pretty sure that it also came with a regulatory impact statement too. I was just looking up.
Oh, yes, yeah, here's a regulatory impact statement. And I would say it was the only final section that was under, well, I don't even think it was under urgency. I think it was under extended sitting.
Let's have a look.
Because I looked at the dates, and it doesn't show urgency paperwork in there, because the dates of each of the sections of the bill, of the original pay equity bill, were one order paper day apart. So it probably was passed under extended sittings, not under urgency, which are very different things. Extended sittings is a polite way of saying we will sit into extended hours, but we won't. We'll only go one stage per sitting day.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I've just looked it up. Yes, there is a regulatory impact statement. It wasn't completed because they ran out of time, but that's more than what this bloody coalition has presented.
Yeah, and it also just shows the fact that it probably went under extended sitting, not under urgency as well. Right? If you look at the dates between each of the sections, the dates will show at least one day apart.
Yes. Yeah. So in 2020, New Zealand's Pay Equity Act was amended to address pay equity claims by implementing process. Yep. Yada yada. Oh no, that's just. No, I'm not reading the right thing. But anyways, yes, it does come with a pay equity. The pay equity bill does come with a regulatory impact statement. Guys, I'm getting tired. Marathons.
How do you think I'm feeling? And considering I've got a phone call to make to Melbourne at the end of the show to my brother, and it's not going to be a pleasant phone call.
Yeah, it's like this bill is literally just sucking the life out of me.
Okay, let's go to.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok. Who's got the order paper podcast? YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok. Who's got the order paper podcast?